episode of Radar Live coming at you. So we're just gonna get right into it. All right, so the first thing we got on the map is the Spice Girls. If you wanna be my lover. So the Spice Girls have announced that they're going on tour. The tour actually started May 24th of 2019. It's gonna go all the way up into June 15th of 2019. The Spice Girls are actually only doing this tour for the UK. So if you happen to live in the United States and you were a fan of the Spice Girls, you wanna get you some, what was it? Mel B, Scary, we had Sporty, we had Posh, we had Ginger, we had Baby. Now the unfortunate thing is this time they are going to be missing Posh Spice. So, you know, Posh was bougie, she got the whole David Beckham situation going on with the kids and all that, so she decided that she was going to have to sit out this time. But ironically, a couple years ago when they first kind of put this idea together, they were going to have everybody and they didn't have Ginger Spice. So this time around they decided to go ahead and do a 2019 tour, only tour in the UK, but it's only going to be 4 of them. So if you paid your money to see 5 bitches, sucks to be you. All right, so that was in the UK. We're gonna move it right along on the map. The next story we got up on the map, we're gonna take it all the way to LA. So the Pulitzer Prize, which is the most prestigious award, or one of the most prestigious awards you can win in terms of media or arts and journalism, and Aretha Franklin, fucking motorcycles and shit. Aretha Franklin has actually posthumously, I think that's how you pronounce it, but you know what the fuck I'm saying, since she's been dead, Aretha Franklin has garnered a Pulitzer Prize. They decided to give her the prize because of her inedible rights to music and American culture. So, I mean, it sucks that she died, and then they decided to give her a Pulitzer Prize. Like, come on, for real? Y'all wait till she was fucking dead? You knew her criteria and shit before she passed. But she did just win this Pulitzer Prize for the 2019 year. It's a special citation award for her contributions to the music department. So yeah, I know she up there still singing down and eating cornbread. Next story we got up on the map is gonna be right here in our hometown, Chicago. Now, if you are from Chicago, if you've never been to Chicago, maybe if you've been here visiting, there's a club up north. We have an area called Boys Town. The clubs typically play, you know, normal music, decent music, club music, but here lately they've been stopping with the rap music. So one of the clubs up here called Progress actually sent an email around to anybody who DJs at their club telling them that if they are going to DJ at their club, they cannot play rap music. I'm gonna post the email up. Somebody who got the email actually was pissy and leaked it. Like, I can't believe people are saying this shit. So it actually caused a huge uproar. And the crazy shit is that happens a lot. Boys Town is very segregated. And the irony behind the people who, or the club who decided to send out this inane fucking email is most of the patrons at this club, at this establishment, happen to be minority. And to be quite honest, most of the clubs in that area play, excuse my French, but gay fucking music. You know what I'm saying? It's very I Am Yours and We Are the World and Cher and Madonna and like pop, that underground pop. It's like nobody really plays just sometimes you want to just have a drink and listen to good fucking music. You don't always want to feel like you have to slide down a fucking rainbow. So Progress is one of those clubs that people frequented quite often because they played good music. They had decent drinks, but they had a huge culturally diverse clientele. So now you fucked yourselves up. But yeah, Progress nightclub. If you in Chicago or you know this club or you tweet this club, talk shit about these bitches. Put it all over your social media. So the next story up on the map is gonna be about Jay-Z. So Forbes, if you don't know what Forbes is, I don't know what fucking rock you've been living under, but Forbes is the national magazine and the association that credits people based on their wealth. So this could be wealth based off something that you garnered, inherited, any kind of wealth that is under your name, your possession, your ownership, your LLC, however you want to give it up. So Forbes has listed Jay-Z as not only a billionaire, but Jay-Z has been listed as the first rapper to become a billionaire in the history of Forbes history. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's definitely an awesome feat. Jay-Z typically will rap about how he was trying to become the next billionaire and that type of thing. So I guess that's the power of preaching what you want into existence. Not to mention he's married to Beyonce, who has a wealth, a Forbes wealth of like 400 million, 500 million herself. Yeah, and then that's not even talking about the shit that he has probably that they don't know about, contracts and deals that he has with certain artists. I'm sure he worked those deals out that he always eaten in some type of capacity. So yeah, Jay-Z, first fucking hip hop billionaire. I'm coming for you, bro. So the next story that we got up on the map is gonna be about 21 fucking Savage. So as you guys know, or if you don't know, 21 Savage actually was in the news a couple of months ago because it came out that that nigga is really from the UK. How about that shit? So he had been over here a couple of years and decided to make it over here, and it got found out that he really was from the UK. He had been over here on an expired visa, just living it up, talking about fucking minorities. How about that shit? And they deported him. So he's actually, you know, he got that whole situation fixed up now, and he's starting to go on a tour again, and he decided to say that he's making his new tour all R&B music. Go fucking figure, right? So everybody knows 21 Savage is a rapper, but After Road Timmy, who was a rapper also, just got put on for having the #1 Billboard R&B album, and that nigga's not a fucking R&B singer. 21 said if I could do it, if he could do it, I could do it. Fuck it. So now he said that his new tour that's coming up, he's gonna be doing R&B music. I don't know about what y'all think about that shit. Personally, I don't want to hear 21 Savage trying to get me in the mood for shit. So the next story that we got up on the map, speaking of New York, since we was already in New York talking about Jay-Z, Harlem created June 1st as the National Nipsey Hussle Day. So June 1st in Harlem is going to be National Nipsey Hussle Appreciation Day. And it's kind of cool to see that this man's legacy and shit is kind of spilled and filtered all throughout the United States, throughout the country. It's funny because I can remember a time when nobody knew who the fuck Nipsey Hussle was if you weren't from LA. And now all of a sudden he got days everywhere. And just like, with the whole story about Aretha Franklin that we talked about a little bit ago, it's crazy how, motherfuckers don't appreciate you till you gone. Like, bitch, now you giving me days, Spread the message however you can spread the message. So the next story we got up on the map, Usher, sliding and shit, nice and slow. You remind me, the nigga, my little freak. So Usher has gotten a new tattoo. Now, I know if you're in the hip-hop business, everybody's into the whole tattoo scene. As you can see, nigga, I tatted up myself. But Usher has went the route of Chris Brown and a bunch of other people, and he's got his head tattooed. The tattoo that Usher has is called Sacred Geometry, and it's based off of a Berber ancient stone. I said that backwards. An ancient Berber stone. Tattoo looks like a dream catcher, right? He got it in the back of his head. He had to shave his head down to get the tattoo in there, and it kind of goes down the nape of his neck. Kind of cool tattoo. The guy who did the tattoo, his name is Dylan Forte. If you want to look him up on Instagram, IG, tweet, whatever, Snapchat. But his name is Dylan Forte, and he's also done tattoos for a bunch of other celebrities. Real dope tattoo. Kudos, Usher. That shit looked painful. So the next story we got up on the map, we're going to take it all the way to Tyler Perry land. Now, if you've been under a rock, you probably haven't heard this story, but the chick, Raquel Bailey, who is an inspiring actress, decided to get the attention of Tyler Perry by putting up a billboard, a couple of them actually, if I'm not mistaken. She put up maybe 2 or 3, trying to get his attention, saying, hey, Tyler Perry, I'm your new actress, hire me, yada, yada, yada. And it kind of caused a commotion because people were feeling like, was that the right thing to do? Tyler Perry actually went on his own Instagram and kind of went in on her. He didn't really necessarily go in on her, but he pretty much was saying there was a lot of other things you could have done to spend your money on and build this, buy this fucking billboard. He was just pretty much telling her, I work off of auditions. If you want to fuck with me, you have to come audition. Putting a billboard up trying to get my attention is cute, but it kind of also come across the wrong way. But in her defense, it actually ended up working. So after they had the whole back and forth debacle about whether they thought it was correct or incorrect or ethical or whatever, she went on TMZ and they got an exclusive interview with her stating that she actually ended up auditioning for Tyler Perry since that billboard. She was an inspired actress and she had worked with Tyler Perry before, or had at least auditioned for him before. So maybe your audition wasn't that fucking good, bitch, and that's why he ain't pick you. Anywho, she put up the billboard and whatever she did, it worked because she secured another audition with him. We'll see where that audition goes from that point. Maybe he'll throw her in a play or something. But yeah, kudos to you. So the next story that we got up on the map, we're gonna take it all the way to London. Think about this. A lesbian couple jumped on this bus. While they were on the bus, I guess they shared a kiss, and some guys on the bus ages between 15 and 18, about 5 of them started talking shit to the girls, asking them about like make out in front of them and let's see some titties, just being nasty ass, goofy ass boys. Mind you, y'all are between the ages of 15 and 18, so between none of y'all, all y'all, nobody have a fucking brain. But they, were antagonizing the ladies and talking shit, and eventually it led to somebody getting physical, and they attacked these 2 chicks. 2 girls, none of them looked like studs, not that that would make it any better or would excuse the situation, but these were 2 females, and y'all attacked them. 5 boys beat up some girls, and then stole they like iPhones and shit. It was a terrible thing to see and to have to report. So the next story we're gonna go to, we're gonna hit it back in New York. We're gonna take it back to New York, and this is gonna be involving around Ava DuVernay's work with the Central Park 5. Now, Netflix has actually pushed this new product for the Central Park 5 show that had Ava DuVernay behind it, and it was it was chronicling the situation of what happened with the Central Park 5 boys, who were 5 African American boys who were targeted by the police at that time for being the culprits behind this white woman being like raped and beat up or something. The boys always maintained that they were innocent, they had nothing to do with it, they were even in different areas at the time, but the police wanted to pinpoint it on somebody, wanted to make the situation go away. Situations where the family just feels like, we want to feel like it's somebody to blame. We don't give a fuck if you get the right person or not. We just want to be able to put that blame on somebody. So y'all put the blame on these 5 boys who swore they were innocent up until this day. And they were exonerated a couple years ago, given some hefty, sums of money to kind of shut them up. I always call that shit shut up money. Like, we fucked up, here, shut up. But in the process of that whole situation, a lady named Linda Feinstein, who was one of the people who were being that fuel behind the fire to hang these fucking boys. This old white bitch, I don't gotta be politically correct, this is my shit. This old ass, wrinkle face ass white bitch knew that there wasn't a lot of evidence, knew that a lot of this shit was Trump, knew that a lot of evidence or what they thought they had was circumstantial, but she still decided to go for these boys with fervent fucking fury just because she wanted to sell a bestseller. And she went after these boys and then wrote a book on it. The book was a #1 bestseller. Even Trump, dirty Donald Duck ass Trump, before he became president, when he was just a loser ass nobody who was running around being a socialite off of his daddy fucking money, he was even one of the people who backed this lady's book, talking about these boys need to be killed and hanged and they were the scum of the earth, and just, as usual, bumping off his dirty fucking gums. This lady's books have been banned and been being pulled from a lot of the bookshelves. Her publisher has dropped her management has dropped her, because it's all coming out that, bitch, you faked all this. You were a lie. This was all fake. And to Ava DuVernay and the Central Park 5 boys' defense, they did a perfect job of showing this lady in the real light that she's supposed to be in. And look up Linda Fahrenstein, drag that bitch through the mud. Find her and drag her. Tie that bitch to a horse and just drag her down. Yeah, so we almost wrapped. Once again, Radar Live number 10. Next thing we got on the map, now we got Drake. So I guess that'll be Tappahannock and Toronto. But Chris Brown, Drake decided to come out with not an album, but Chris Brown and Drake have decided to come out with a new single. It's called No Guidance. If you haven't heard it, I'm gonna try to drop it a little snippet, because you know how they be doing, they'll flag your shit. But Chris Brown, Drake finally decided to do something together. No Guidance. Check it out, see if you like it. And then the last thing that we got up on the map, we're gonna take it back to LA. So LA throws these parties here and there throughout the city. This one party they were throwing over the weekend was called the No More Whack Parties. Hashtag No More Whack Parties party. I'm hoping the party wasn't whack, especially with a hashtag like No More Whack Parties. But the bitch Adele was there at the party, turned up with the bamboo earrings, leggings on. She had the flannel tied around, very New York, LA swag, hair in a bun, well done. But she was there doing Nicki Minaj's Monster verse. You know that's her favorite verse. Adele think that she a rapper low key. If she wasn't a singer, she'd probably be thinking she was like gonna be next to Nicki Minaj or some shit. But she was there in her hood swag at the No More Whack Parties party, turning it up, representing for the UK. Big Dale. Everybody waiting to see what's going to come about with Adele's next album. You know, her albums were listed 19, then she had 20, then she had 21, then she had 25. Bitch finna be 30, now she finna give us 32. I'm hoping that this is the last album that she named after a fucking number, but that is it, that is all. I want to thank you again for staying tuned and watching, checking out, seeing what you like, seeing what you don't like. Radar Live, number 10. Are you on the map, bitches?